What up, though? Welcome back to the Beef Factory 313 podcast. And I'm your host, War Story Podcast, and I'm your host, Juice. And let them know who we got with us today.
Dirty world, man. That's the dirt.
What's going on with Dirt?
I can't call it, man. Same shit.
Make your. You already know how you doing today. Everything good due to the circumstances you under?
Yeah, I'm in control of my own peace, man. So yeah, good.
That's what's up. Let the people in the chat know how you got to where you at now, how we got here today.
Well, it started 29 years ago, man. I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my man, we was out here on the street, young niggas, man, street niggas, trying to come up with money, man, for a brick. So we out here robbing everything moving, man. You know what I'm saying? At the time, man, the nigga was just so, my sight was so distorted, I didn't see no faces. All I seen was targets.
Right.
So, you know, old man coming out the grocery store, man, Regal grocery store. I seen the money in his hand. I approached him, give it up. He put up a struggle, shot him one time. Murder, first degree murder.
At 17.
At 17, man, he gave me natural life without the possibility of parole. I showed niggas my paperwork.
And
on my basic information sheet, man, they put something on there, man, that they have I've never seen it on nobody else's paperwork, man. The court recommendation said hard labor, no parole. That shit broke me, man.
At 17.
At 17, man, that shit broke me. Hard labor, no parole, like I was a slave, man.
And what was your process of dealing with that? How did you cope with dealing with that?
Man, well, you know, coming in at that age, man, surrounded by a bunch of young niggas, man, it was wild. So it was a lot of anger, frustration pent up. So when I came into the system, man, I was wild as hell, man. I got into a lot of issues, fights, tricks to the hole, you know, whatever was going on the yard, that was the bullshit. I was with all the bullshit.
And what transpired to change your sense of direction?
Well, it was a long process for me. It started. I was in the hole, and niggas in the hole used to wild out. Man, used to slam my lockers, throw shit at the police, or bars of soap, burning rolls, and toilet paper. We throw them at the police, flood the rock. Bitch, get the fuck off the rock. Y'all ain't making no rounds. And woo. So one day, I ate a bad pork chop sandwich. We had a pork sandwich. And I let it sit to the next day. And when I ate the bitch, it fucked my stomach up so bad that it laid me down. And as I'm laying here, I'm listening to these niggas around me. They going nuts. Bitch, motherfucker, they slamming the lockers and they burning shit and they flooding the rock. And I'm like, man, these niggas sound like clowns, man. And then it dawned on me. Nigga, you be doing the same shit. You know what I mean? So, and that kind of was an eye-opener. I seen myself and other niggas, and that just kind of like, it triggered something in me to start working on myself. You know what I mean? So I started eating it. Luckily for me, man, it was a bunch of OGs in the system. That, you know, they saw the potential in me. They took me under their wings, man. Brothers like Tommy Yates, you know, or Branford, man, Newsom Hill. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brothers, man, they seasoned, man, and they pulled me under their wing and they gave me the game. They showed me a different way. Get your little ass in that law library. Get this natural life sentence up on. They gave me direction.
That's right. And what was your process on that? How was that uphill fight?
I mean, again, it was a transition because when you've been conditioned and programmed to be an animal for so long, man, it ain't just like a switch that you cut off and you become civilized in a day. So it was a process for me, man. But I began reading and studying myself, man, watching the older guys, how they move, man, incorporating certain things and values that they had into my own way of life. You know what I'm saying? Like word is bond, something as simple and small as the word is your bond. You say you're gonna do something, stand on that. You know what I mean? So I started to develop principles. And as I grew and got older, I started to realize, like, yeah, now I have to mature. I had to take self-inventory, man, you know what I'm saying, and get my shit together. So that was my transition. That was my process.
And then when you got in the course, what you had to do with the course, how your fight go with the course. Let the people know what that battle was like.
Well, fortunately for me, juvenile life bill was passed back in 2014 is when they made it official. And I went back and got rescinded to a number of years, 30 to 60 years in 2017. So that process, man, was a blessing from God because I was fighting in the courts, man. I didn't really have resources to stand against this corrupt system. You know what I mean? Trust me, man, the system is corrupt. It's a crooked motherfucker, man. I had a corrupt police officer came forward and said that, hey, for years I've been coercing murder suspects into confessing and tampering with evidence and falsifying testimony. She went public, went on the news and said that.
She was on your case? Was she on your case?
Yeah, she was the lead interrogator on my case.
What was her name? You remember her name?
Monica Childs.
Okay, bet. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. That's good because all that information is relevant. Monica Childs was my lead interrogator. And I went and got my court date in September of 1996. He set the court date for April 29th of 1997. So that was a 7-month time span. Within that time span, she went public and went on the news, and I'm seeing all this information on the news. I'm trying to contact my lawyer to inform him, hey, man, we got to get this woman on the stand because this is breaking news. He come and tell me, he show up the second day of trial and tell me he don't feel like, that's a good defensive approach. So I say, well, I want to fire you then, man. I want a lawyer that's going to fight for me, man. That information is critical.
Right.
This woman, she done tarnished our everything that's involved with our case is tarnished because this woman was involved with it. He failed to file any motions to put this woman on the stand, and then when we get in front of the judge, and he say, yeah, my client informed me this morning he want to fire me because I wouldn't raise a motion to put this woman on the stand. The judge say, well, if you don't have an attorney here today ready to go, you can't fire your lawyer. This case has been put on hold long enough. We've been fighting this case nearly 2 years, just like you deserve justice. The victim's family deserves justice as well. And you're right to not raise that issue because I wouldn't have heard it. I already made my ruling on this case. I don't care what she may or may not have done in another case. I made my ruling on this case. I don't want to hear it again. To go on, Robert Smith.
Straight up.
So again, I didn't have the resources to, look this woman up or have people contact this woman and get in touch with her or pay her money or any. I didn't have none of that. So it was just like I'm filing. Tommy, man,
you have 1 minute remaining.
Tommy helped me file in the Supreme Court, the Michigan Supreme Court, in Rubber Stamp. You know what I mean? So it was just like, yeah. Luckily, man, that juvenile life bill came in and gave me a second chance. You got
to call back too, nephew. Go on and hit him with something. I heard you call with the raps. Let's hear something before you go.
We got number 1 minute.
But call back then. We go get that in there. And let them know how they could reach out to you and what you got going.
You can hit me up on JPay, Thomas 256960. That's my inmate number. You go to www.jpay.com and set up an account, and you can reach out to me like that, man. I got my music coming. I'm trying to brand myself. I'm gonna be dealing with the Beat Factory 313, man. And I'm gonna be official on here, so you can contact me and get at me through that anytime.
Anytime. You already know.
Thank you for using GTA.
Go on display your talents for the people. Let them know what you how you been utilizing your time in there.
It's a joint I wrote called Detroit State of Mind. On my Detroit cast on relation to this. This very moment I'm gonna make it mine. See, I don't mind getting it down out the dirt. I still make it shine. And I'm fine if I just take my time, stay on my grind. I'm in that Detroit state of mind. I'm from the place in the darkest days and the whitest winters. My city starving, our people eating the lightest dinners. Got savage ways, we can't change the trifles in us. I'ma take you back to the days. Some of you might remember the early 80s. Crack came, we like the center. This is where it all started. Them dreadful nights was in us, but it's the life and the light is in us. Despite the sinners we became for this game, we still the 5%ers. Conscious of social decline, though I'm local with mine. I never been the vocal kind, cause I spoke with lines. Our conversations was limited to what dope they buying. Folks that dying and how many of them hope to shine. I wrote this rhyme and quoted lines from Oprah's mind. A millionaire mind state from the brokest kind. The only tools that I had was a focused mind. I know my time is coming to the end. I'm on the grind. This very moment, I'm gonna make it mine. See, I don't mind getting the diamond out the dirt. I still make it shine. And I'll be fine if I just take my time, stay on my grind. And that Detroit state of mind. Yeah, this very moment, I'm gonna make it mine. See, I don't mind being a diamond in the rough. I'ma still shine. I'll be fine if I just take my time, stay on my grind. And that Detroit state of mind. Money and the power, that Scarface mental. Spinning like you winning, blowing leaks in a rental. Stacking in jacket, yeah, they notice your potential. Couple bands for the jacket, you don't know the fundamentals. Riding shotgun, like your pops continental. Gave you a better view of greater things out the window. Aspirations of Aston Martin seem simple. The game ain't the lame, so your pops seem crippled. He working 9 to 5 and strive for his check. But in your eyes, he's being deprived of respect. You've been through the pits, but you survived the test. Detroit state of mind. If you alive, you blessed, my baby. This very moment, I'm gonna make it mine. See, I don't mind getting the diamond out the dirt. I still make it shine. And I'll be fine if I just take my time, stay on my grind. In that Detroit state of mind. Very moment, I'm gonna make it mine. See, I don't mind being a diamond in the rough, because I'ma still shine. And I'll be fine if I just take my time, stay on my grind. In that Detroit state of mind. It's that Detroit state of mind.
You feel me? That's fire there. That's fire. They gonna be feeling that. You feel me? And so, how long you been rapping? You started that once you got in there?
Oh man, I was like 9 years old, man. When I seen LL Cool J come out and he hit that "I'm Bad," I knew that's what I wanted to be, man. Like LL, he was the epitome of hardcore rap to me, and I was just like, man, this guy, the way he put his words together, his charisma, his whole disposition, everything. I was like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. So I've been rapping, man, since I was little. But it took for me to come in here and get experience under my belt. You know what I'm saying? To get a storyline and to be able to learn how to put my words together. And that's when I started writing. Before I came to prison, man, I used to freestyle all the time.
Okay. Now, what you see with the how the prisons done revolve, because you know the streets done changed out here. The young guys kind of running wild without no guidance, and I know they coming in there, they steady catch a case. So how you see the change from when you went in there to the young guys coming in there now, today's time?
When I came to prison, you had the Nation of Islam, the Moorish Americans, the Melanics, the Sunni Muslims. They would be right waiting. As soon as the young guys come from quarantine, they'll be right there and they're bragging. Hey, come here. Assalamu alaikum, young brother. Come here. Let me talk to you. And they would try to recruit you early. So they would give you the guidance that you needed so you wouldn't get off into the pitfalls of, basketball, and, just all the things that go on in prison, man, that get you in trouble. So they try to keep you out of that. But nowadays, I'm not going to say you don't have these organizations around because they're still around, but it's like now the gangs have monopolized prison. You know what I mean? Just to be blunt about it, I think Lil Wayne came in, and once he got the suit whooping, like everybody wanted to put a red rag on. Everybody wanted to be in blood. So, and that's why music is so influential and powerful, man, in these young kids' minds. These young guys, man, when they hear the music or they see these rappers doing, they try to emulate that. So now it's a gang culture, man, that took over the prison yards. It looks like baby California here now.
Get out of here.
Man, you go on certain compounds, man, they talking about, oh, you can't use that phone, man, that's a blood phone. Or that's the TV phone over there. That's this phone. They got everything isolated. You can't sit on that bench.
Seriously?
Man, what? Yeah, man. It's like that in here now, man. Everything is serious. It's sectioned off, man. It's territories, man.
Okay. And is it all young guys, or do they have older guys that's riding with this gang affiliation now?
You got older guys that I guess they conform. You know what I mean? They like, this is what it is now. Not to say that young guys can't influence the older guys, because the older guys clearly was in these gangs before these young guys came, but it's like the structure is diminishing. Okay. So the young guys come in, they own it, whatever. They with it. They with all the nonsense. So the older guys, it's like you said, it's no guy. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no chiefs.
And go ahead, what you about to say?
So I was saying that's why I try my best to, grab the young guys that I can get a hold of, and I try to get them a little guy if they're susceptible to it. You know what I mean? Some of these guys you can't tell them nothing. So I keep my distance.
Now, with the subject of change with the inmates, how did that bring about change with the officers and the rules of the facility? Because I'm hearing these rules, they wasn't going on when I was in there. So what you think caused it?
Well, I think with the administration, man, one thing I commend them on is their ability to plan. And I think what they do is they put together 5 and 10-year plans. We as people, we don't plan for nothing. You know what I mean? So you can't go up against somebody that plans 5 and 10 years in advance. And I think the system, they had it already in their mind how they was going to get their prison back. They was going to take the prison system back. So now it's like you don't have as much violence in prison as it used to be when I first came in. When I first came to prison, it was violent. Pretty much got that under control because now they let the band come in loosely. They don't care about the flow of drugs in prison. So they figure, hey, if we let these guys get the drugs in, then that's how we'll control the yard because it keeps all of the violence down. They ain't focused on us. We keep them going at each other over this. We ain't got to worry about them coming at us. So now they can pretty much sit on the backfield and do whatever they want to do and take everything. They're taking everything. Every day, every time you look up, they changing something. They're going up on the stove prices. They're taking this from it. They took the clothes. They took the cigarettes. They're taking this. They're taking that. And we so busy focus on the bag and being and banging, we don't see what the administration doing. So I think that's how it changed, from when I came.
Right. So they ain't even looking at the political struggle of it. They looking at more feed their pockets and feed their habits, huh?
So everybody got the same goal. When you walk into a group of guys, you walk past a group of guys on the yard, you can pretty much rest assured, man, the conversation is all the same. You know what I'm saying? They all got the same idea. How can we get the bag in? How can we feed our circle? How can we feed the game? Bro got it in. We got to go holler at bro and see if we can't. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they distract.
So
they distract. They not.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, but you're right. They're not looking at the political struggle of it. They're not looking at how these people moving pieces around.
That's right. And so what you think need to be done to bring some light to it so our people could wake up, the inmates? I ain't just talking about our people, all inmates, so they could wake up and stand up for adequate food, adequate stove prices, adequate job pay. What you think need to be happening?
Again, man, education, man. Brothers have to start educating themselves on something more than just an avenue to get the bag in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know, when we was in the streets, when I jumped off the porch, I'm going to say in 87, 88, I was 9, 10 years old, we was fighting back then. The big homies used to make us fight, so you had to know how to fight. As years progressed, people started picking up guns, guys were getting shot. You had to adapt to that. You had to learn the rules of the habitat that you live in. That doesn't change when you come to prison. You have to learn the rules of the habitat that you existing in. These brothers are not educating themselves on what these people doing here. They keeping themselves blind because they only educating themselves to what benefits them. It's like you said, feed they need. While these people have an agenda that they push.
Right.
Brothers need to start educating themselves. Hey man, I need to learn their policies. I need to learn their rules. I need to learn what they can and can't do. Here it is, Michigan been under the Truth for Sentencing Act for 30 plus years, but yet we still got a parole board in place. Nobody's advocating for that. So they got away with it. Truth for sentencing means you serve your minimum and you go home unless you caught another case in here.
Right.
But yet we're doing more than 100% of our time because after we serve our minimum, now we got to see the parole board and they make this determination. Is you ready yet? And 9 times out of 10, they be like, you know what? Take this program. And I passed my ERD already, but yet you got me in a 18-month program or a 12-month program or a 6-month program. So I'm doing more than 100% of my time. But brothers aren't educated on that type of agenda, so they're getting away with it.
So this stuff that need to be brought about. You feel me? That's why I've been reaching out to you brothers, letting y'all come in and voice your opinion and let the mass population know what's going on in that world. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And so with the education, now they educating, so you can't feed a baby steak. So you got to break it down. So what you think would be the breakdown to feed the youth that's coming in incarceration, to get them to see it's a bigger picture than just coming in there planning your next prison bit?
Well, I was watching the hip hop awards last year.
Mm-hmm.
The one that Busta Rhymes got the Icon Award.
Mm-hmm.
He said it the best. You have to look the part. You have to be able to speak their language. You can't come home from prison after doing all this time and go out there, hey, young brother, you need to get off the block. You need to put this down. You have to come with alternatives and solutions. You have to be able to speak their language. You got to speak to them in a term that they can understand. They understand gangbanging. They understand hustling. They understand rap. They understand basketball. So you have to be able to relate to them and connect with them on that level, get their attention, and then you start bringing up issues that affect them. Hey, look, man, you're supposed to went home on this date, but yet they keeping you here because of this. They can't do it because of this. Get your people involved.
Right.
So instead of you writing home to your people talking about order me a secure pack or send me this money so I can download this new Young Boy NBA album, no, I need you to look into this issue about, I need you to go vote on this. So I need you to go to City Hall and bring up these issues about why true sentencing is in place and we still got a parole board.
That's right. And ain't nobody brought that issue. Now, do they still got the prisoner inmate the prisoner legal form in there?
We let that go. That woman said that she needed donations, money, to stay afloat, for materials and supplies, man. And prisoners, man, said, well, we don't want the prisoner inmate benefit fund to be utilized. She went out of business, so now
you have 1 minute remaining.
Now we don't have legal service no more.
Get out of here. So, well, tell the people a little something before your phone call or close out. Anything you like to tell the people or address to anyone? Shout outs.
Just be conscious, man, and know that I'll be home soon, man. Be on the lookout for the Dirty World movement. It's coming. Stay tuned, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be plugged in with the B Factory 313, man. I'm gonna be consistent.
No doubt.
Just stay tuned. Stay tuned, man.
We appreciate you, Dirty. You know what I'm saying? You got to come back and share some more of that knowledge with the people and let them know what's going on and with your struggle and your fight and you coming home and what you got going on.
Anytime.
That's what's up. I appreciate you, Dirty. Talk to you in a minute.
I appreciate you, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
That was Dirty tapping in, y'all. He's very talented. He'll be home in a minute. And he gave us some good juice. Y'all need to check it out and pass the word. Let these young boys start watching. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard to hold their attention, but this is something that they need to hear and start as they see fit, start applying the things that direct concerns them. You know what I'm saying? That applies to them. You know what I'm saying? If it don't apply, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to let y'all know the streets ain't what it is. You feel me? And it's a million stories in the inner city, and this just one. We just getting started, and we just touching it. We just brushed on the threshold. We got a long fight ahead of us. I appreciate y'all. Pass my link around. Like, comment, and subscribe, share, and tap back in. I'll be back on in a little bit. And I appreciate everybody, and stay tuned. And thanks for tuning in to the Beat Factory 313. And I'm your host, Juice, and I'm out.